Okay, let's just wait a little bit. Okay. Okay, I think we're good.
For the one.
Okay, everybody, welcome back to Final Fantasy 14, and as you all can see here, I was doing some crafting quests in the background, and perhaps I'll go ahead and do one very soon. I definitely want to get my crafting quests done so I can unlock new abilities for my crafter. Crafting is definitely a good way to make money. Maybe at some point, maybe I should not have spent so much money getting my person gear. Maybe I should have spent some of that money on getting a hotel. I mean, not a hotel, but an apartment. But oh well, I'm a blacksmith. Tools and weapons, and it's definitely in demand. So, I think I'm gonna be fine when it comes to making money. So for right now, let's go ahead and do this one. And then we'll head on over to the main storyline. Let's see. What are you keeping you waiting, have I? Apologies. Seems I had myself with too many pints of ale last night. Oh, don't worry, that's not going to keep me from traveling with ye to the far east. After all, Sekka and her father still owes us a few trade secrets. And I have to see what they uphold their end of the bargain. And that is true. I can't shake the feeling that unless she wins, they are trying to weasel their way. Well, I suppose that's just a bridge we'll have to cross when it comes to it. Let us focus on making it to Kagane in time for the match. It's gonna be a lot harder than it sounds. My head's pounding and my stomach is churning. I don't think I've had to be so unenthused by the idea of leaving Eorzea for distant lands. I'm gonna have to take a moment to recuperate, lad. You go on ahead without me. It won't be too long. You have my word. Well, you better keep your word. Otherwise, I'm gonna come over here and kick the living crap out of you. See, where are you? I see if you're not from Eorzea, and sounds like you're an adventurer besides. Marvelous. I can see you're dispatched from the adventure scale to spread recognition to our establishment while helping us gain a foothold in the Far East. And what a better way to win the locals' hearts than offering them our aid. Through guild leaves, of course. We have plenty of work with those with skills we can hope to depend on yours as well. Kagane leaves are available. Nice! Where are you at, mister? Seka, there you are. Welcome to Kagane Mara. We've received notice earlier that Forge Master, Brithiel, left shortly after you. I imagine he should be joining us soon. I feel like a totally different person to when I was last. Okay, I feel like a totally different person to when I was last here. Where before I would buckle under the pressure of my father's unwavering gaze. Lately I have not felt fazed by it in the slightest. But my apologies, I got off track again. Speaking of my father, he has asked you meet him in Kogia, where craftsmen from the poorest to the finest gather in Kagane. There he will apprise you of the details of our upcoming match. I shall remain here to collect Forge Master Brithiel. So we gotta go where? Thravian Consulate, okay. It should be up this way. Man, very ornate around here. Jeez. Guess to show they have pride in their craftsmanship. There's one I missed. There we go. Inside here. Man, a big man! Hurry before the steel cools. Yeah, that's right, man. You don't want to cool that steel while you're bending. Mara, you have come. Very good. Now, without further ado, allow me to explain what it is that you have to do. You and Seka are each to forge an Uchikatana. These blades are shown of the greatest samurai families in Kagane. Their lord is interested in having my forge provide his retainers with a katana. Before he officially entrusts me with this task, however, he asks that I provide it with a sample. You two will be competing to see which of your Uchikatana I would present before him. Oh, and one last thing, my daughter, she mentioned to me earlier that in exchange for studying at your guild, she promised to share with Master Brithiel the techniques we employ here at my forge. Her skills have grown exponentially under your care, and I have every intention of upholding that agreement. But should you give any less than your best in the contest, know full well, and I know full well of what you're capable of, consider our deal broken. So anything less than our best, he's gonna freaking go ballistic and say, if you have any questions, now will be the time to speak. No? Excellent. In that case, I shall join you at Seka at Pier 2. Your guild master will be arriving shortly. Okay, where's Pier 2? Need a holstery. Okay. This one. What's up, Seka? Sorry, Maro. Do you have a moment? Is there something I want to ask you before your guild master arrives? You see, every time the Forge Master Brithiel comes near, she has a crush on him! You see, every time the Forge Master Brithiel comes near, my heart feels like it will explode and stop beating at the same time. Sometimes it's so painful that I can scarcely breathe. At first I saw him as a dull, uninspired man. But then when he so courageously defended my dreams and refused to back down even in the face of my father's fury, I realized I have misjudged him. In that moment, something inside me shifted. Now I cannot get his face out of my head. I feel an inexplicable urge to be near him. I just don't understand. You supported me in my journey just the same. So why is it do I not feel the same way about you? Because you're in love with him. In love with Format Original? That's absurd. The only love I hold is the art of swordsmithing. There is no room for anything or anyone else in my life. What am I doing? Now is not the time for me to ask silly questions. I need to prepare for what is arguably the most important moment in my career. Perhaps once this competition is over, we can revisit this conversation. What's this? Me own personal welcoming committee come to escort me to a shore? What's wrong, lass? You're red as a beet. What are you talking about? My face is not red. Even if it is, it's only because I'm so excited about my victory which looms on the horizon. Alright then. You will see. I'm going to win. I come a long way when I first started my travels to Eorzea and my studies at your guild. And the new tools you two made for me. They really lit a fire in my soul. They reminded me of how much I love making katana. This competition is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me to seize my destiny, and I will prove to father that I am worthy to study under him. But I like absurd. Me too, Epic. Me too. That girl is filled with unrelenting passion for her craft, and she'll make a formidable opponent in the upcoming match. Has Shinta divulged you any details to you yet? An Uchi katana to be presented to one of the samurai families. It goes without saying that the first thing they'd be looking for is the sharpness of the blade, yet also want an elegant design for the hilt. You already knew that, didn't you? I almost forgot you've outgrown me. Advice now. I brought with me all the materials you might need here. Once you're done, take the Uchi katana to the girl's father. Good luck, Mara, and remember, if you need anything, I'll be right here. Alright. Okay, let's craft this sucker. Yeah. Let's see what this one is. Let's see, increases quality at a greater cost of durability. Let's give it a shot. Nice! Alright, so now we gotta deliver this katana to, So now I gotta deliver this katana to Shinto. Pier 1, okay. How are you doing today, FF? Awesome day out, isn't it? Alright, Shinto. Yes, I have. Very good. Seka is still working on hers, so I'll hold off on all critiques until she presents me with her blade. Ooh! Look at those swords! Those are awesome looking! Ooh! I'm stuck inside trying to make that big money. Big money for the win? Jeez! That is an awesome sword! Oh man, I would love to have that in my collection. Wow, this is beautiful. The radiance of this blade alone might be enough to repel the tides of chaos. In addition to that, it is so sharp, it could cleave a fine thread of hair in half. The sheath and hilt have been done to perfection. This blade is fit to be worn at the hip of a great samurai. Don't doubt yourself, lady. And besides, this brilliant Uchi katana is... What's this, Seka? It seems you've decided not to take this competition seriously. On the contrary, I expended every last ounce of my skill and strength to create this. Please see it for yourself. Take it into your hand and test it out. Yeah. Yeah, that's why she took the customer at hand. Yeah, she freaking fashioned that weapon thinking of the customer in mind. It's not about fanciness. It's about creating a dilemma between beauty and any deadly efficiency. What's the point of having a fancy weapon if it breaks on you? Why the Kami Seka? Explain yourself. We were asked to make weapons for retainers, but not all of them can use weapons. Heavier blades may cut better, but they may be useless in the hands of the untrained. Oh! Oh man! It's like the same thing in the US. Some guns are too big to carry for those who cannot wield the gun. For instance, in the Old West, there are weapons that ladies couldn't use because of how heavy they are. So normally the women in the Wild West normally have weapons that are like this size, and can only fire 1 or 2 shots. These lighter substitutes, however, can be handled by even the clumsiest of servants. Look out, she'll kick you in the cul-de-sac. But yeah, FF. Fudge, yeah, FF. Even so, the weight has come at the expense of the blade's overall quality. Well, you're not wrong in assuming that a great majority of the Lord's vassals are not adept at using katana. You were able to forge a sample sword intended for one of his samurai. It doesn't take an expert to see that Morrow's blade is far superior to yours, not only in utility, but also aesthetically. This is what you presented to the samurai house? I will say, however, taking a client's needs and physical limitations into consideration is a necessary part of our craft. Next time, be sure to consult me before jumping to your own conclusions. So next time, so that means where before you were pounding your hammer in a single-minded desperation to gain my favor. Now you are no longer blind. You have shown extraordinary progress as a swordsmith, and I believe you are finally ready to begin your studies under me. Fudge, yeah. Did you hear that last? Sounds to me like your dream is about to become a reality. Indeed, I owe that in large part to you. Thank you for it, Master Brithiel, and without your guidance, I would not have been able to make it this far. You have been a great inspiration to me in more ways than you can imagine. I spent this entire time trying to convince myself of the strange pressure I felt in my chest due to the competition. But now I have accepted it as my father's apprentice, I can deny it no longer. Florence Razorith, I think I'm in love with you. Pardon me? Yeah. Master Brithiel, what exactly is the meaning of this? I thought my daughter was accepted into your guild. Then you might exchange blacksmithing techniques, not vows. Oh, angry father face! Cut him! Cut him! Cut him! My apologies, but something rather pressing came up and it requires my immediate attention. I'll see if I get the kill. Yeah, cut him! Cut him in his cul-de-sac! The father frightened him away. I had not realized that he was so shy. It almost makes him even more endearing. Man, never, man. Congratulations, Mario. You have won the challenge. It seems there is a great deal we can learn from you and your guild. That reminds me, while Sekka herself is not in a place to take on such responsibility, I have every intention of seeing that our end of the agreement she struck is upheld. I look forward to exchanging smithing techniques with your forge. My father is right. For now, I must focus solely on improving my skill. The Uchi katana I made for this competition was meant to be forged in a likeliness of the lightweight sword manufactured at your guild. However, it turned out far inferior. I shall train unrelentingly. Perhaps one day when I refine my skills to a point where I'm worthy to become a master swordsmith, then I can take on this duty and thus reignite the romantic spark between me and Force Master Bethia. In the meantime, I shall keep my feelings for him sealed tightly away. I only hope as the days and months go by that he will not forget my love. Thank you for everything, Marty. You are a wonderful person and even a better blacksmith. I won't be forgetting you anytime soon. As my daughter says, you have won our respect and gratitude. Had it not been for you, Sekka would not have grown as she has. That said, I suppose this is where we part ways. I'm sure the lecturer of a forge master is anxious to have you back. Oh. Okay, let's see, that will be... that swordsman's that that father of that lady just freaking almost went after his wee-wee. My apologies for having to leave you so abruptly back there, but by the hug on the old man's face, I reckon I overstayed my hug. Yeah. The father thinks that this forge master here and his daughter got into a situation between master and student. And that's why I couldn't imagine me surprised when Randwolf walked in with a letter from that very same man, while holding this was, of course, peppered with subtle threats. If I dare you see keeping your Google eyes off my daughter, I'll cut your wee-wee. He just seemed to be as enthusiastic about the idea of training smithing techniques with our guild as I am. I just received another missive. Says here, it's from Sekka. I'm not sure what it is, but it is important. It's nearly the size of the length of the new which is an atlas. Holy crap, she must have wrote Brithiel here a love letter in the size of an atlas. they told me, okay, they told me to stop with Thanksgiving jokes, but I couldn't quit cold turkey. Me either, Epic. As a matter of fact, I haven't had cold turkey before. Sometimes warm, but never cold. And here I thought, once I retired from sailing the seas, I'd be able to live out the rest of me days in peace. And I will take, why not take that? Oh, I take it all? Alright, now then time to switch to my samurai outfit. Okay, what do you get if you divide the circumference of a pumpkin by its diameter? Oh jeez, math is not my strong subject. Not about seeds. That's all I know. I guess it's about seeds. Pumpkin pie. Oh, I get it. Great tidings, Morrow. We have ascertained the location of Ugetsu's hideout. Captain Congo has the details. A moment, if you would. Morrow, you are welcome. We scoured Shidian's quarters, and what should turn up among his possessions but missives he received from Ugetsu. They pointed to a certain ruin in Yangjia. Seeds is a good answer too. Oh, thank you very much, FF. Now word of Shiden's demise, we already have reached Ugetsu, and he must assume that we will track him down ere long. But he will not. He will not, cannot run. To do so after losing his right hand would cost him much of the momentum he has painstakingly gained. As I see it, two choices remain for Ugetsu. He will await our coming, or will he bring the fight to us? Either way, the stakes are high. As you know, Ugetsu is a peerless swordsman. Only you, who bested Shiden, and perhaps myself, could stand against him. As captain, my place is here in the barracks. While I hold the fort, I bid you to go to you and Makoto to journey to Yangjia and hunt down Ugetsu. I pray to safety and success. If instead the rogue should show himself, rest assured I would give him a rousing welcome. Yeah, cut off his seed. Young Xiao lies upon the mainland of the Ruby Sea. We will first take to Namai in the mountain village, and then there go for get some of his cohorts. Okay, let's see, which way? Down this way. Hey, what's up, Makoto? Makoto? The ruined serving Ugetsu's hideout is near. I shall scout ahead and meanwhile pre-scout the area for insurgents and tend to them. Oh, I surely will. Looks like I gotta go through here. I better hope that's not a world boss. Okay, it's not. Okay. Alright, you mother fudgers. I am coming to cut off your seed. There we go. Alright, Makoto. Ugetsu is nowhere to be seen, and that means he's on his way to Kagane to pay him the captain a visit. Kami preserve, we must hurry back. Yeah, no time to waste. Let's hurry back to Kagane. Yes. Oh, that guy has. Man, the bad guy has a nice sword. I'm gonna take it from him. It's gonna be a part of my samurai sword collection. Don't disrupt. No! Oh, come on, why does a bad guy need to have a mustache? Forgive me, I was too weak. The Sekisugumi yours now. You must finish. Ugh. Well, for a moment I doubted your eyes, but it really is you, Kagetsu. I hadn't seen you in a Sekisugumi uniform, dear sister. That stands, yes, the very picture of Master himself. You are Musasai's final pupil, and a samurai who failed, Shiden. Yep. We meet at last. Ugetsu, at your service. Like you, I trained under Musasai, and like you, I was made to walk his absurd path. We are practically brothers. It's a shame that we must stand on opposing sides. Hingashi has known peace for too long. Her leaders have grown soft, and they spend their days in decadence. Their existence is a blight, one that must be burned out with the fires of revolution. To kindle this fire, I bade Shiden to assassinate Datario, but thanks to you, yours, the attempt ended in a miserable failure. Till now we have kept to the shadows, but now the time has passed. No few people share our vision, and by bringing them into the fold, we shall have the strength to face the Bakufu openly and defeat it. Removing your captain was the first step in this endeavor. With him gone, the good men and women of the Sekisugumi made shoes with their hearts. If our souls would join our cause, we welcome you with open arms. The offer stands for you too, Kagetsu, my brother people. Will you not create a new world with me? Nope, F you. Create? You can create not but the edge of, but you can't create not with the edge of your blade. What you think is destroy. Should the Bakufu fail, Hingashi would be plunged into another age of blood. Blood will flow, aye, but it will serve to nourish the strengthened a new nation, one that is free of the corruption that tainted the old. What we have now is not peace, but stagnance. Hingashi is become a morass of decay, and we samurai must be the tsunami that washes it clean with a way of true peace. A samurai fights to ward off chaos, not create it. Have you forgotten Master Musasai's teaching? Clearly, my breath is wasted on you. But what of the others? Will you remain mindless slaves to the Bakufu? Or will you join me in a battle of bringing true change? Disappointing. I had hoped some of you would see sense, but if we must fight, then so be it. I have no desire to spill blood needlessly. Let us settle this away from the masses on the Isle of Becca, your people against mine. If I may take an observation, it seems that you may want for blades, dear sister, now that your men are aware of our connection. And then they want to have her head. Basically an association. Hear me, comrades, as leader of the first squad, I have been chosen to carry on the Captain Kongo's legacy. The battle against Ugetsu promises to be a bloody, but come what may, we must prevail. The future of Hingashi rests upon us. Forgive me, Mara. It is all true. Getsu is my older brother, and Getsu is my birth name, though I have long cast it aside. We were born into a samurai family in the capital, Byoko. From a tender age, Ugetsu showed tremendous talent as a swordsman, and everyone knew him as a child prodigy. But to me, he was always a kind of caring brother. I was proud of him, but I couldn't have been prouder when the legendary Musasai took him in as a pupil. When he took to the road for his training, I never saw him again. 'Twas a different man who returned. Instead of easily smiles, he wore frowns instead of good-natured quipping. He engaged in heated triumphs directed at the Bakufu and the great lords. There was so much anger, but more than that, there was despair for his country. Not long thereafter, he parted ways with Master Musasai and began instructing me in the ways of katana. As far back then, you believe he harbored the dream of toppling the Bakufu, so he instilled in me the skills to survive in a war-ravaged world. In time I came into my own as a samurai. But then it happened. My brother assassinated high-ranking officers of the Bakufu, and our family was made to pay the price. Our line was ordered wiped from existence. My parents were summarily executed. 'Twas only by chance that I escaped their fate. So basically, Hingashi has a thing with guilty by association. For instance, if one person in your family commits a crime, it is not only you who gets punished. It is your parents that gets punished. It is your brothers and sisters, uncles, perhaps even nephews, perhaps even aunts as well, for being guilty in association with that person. Even if you have nothing to do with what they did. They will just say they came from the whole family. The whole family is thieves. The whole family is murderers. Jeez, that would suck. Hopefully we don't live like that in the US. That would suck. Out on the streets and without a home, I journeyed to Kagane. I adopted the name Makoto and knocked on the Sekisugumi door, but with one purpose in mind: punishing Ugetsu. We may share the same blood, but I can never forgive him, for our parents' blood is on his hands. For all my determination, I am no match for my brother. While his cause grows in strength, mine only weakens. In our culture, people is defined first by their birth, and the revelation that I am akin to Ugetsu has shaken my men's faith in me. They may not accept my authority, even though the captain wielded it. And with him gone, there's lot I may depend upon to save my own conviction and you, Mara. Even should it cost me my life, I swear to end my brother's ambition. I pray that you stand with me through this trying time. Okay, what is that? Delivers an attack of a potency of 1100. Shares a recast timer with Higatsu Gunin. Okay. Ah! Dang it! Wait a minute. Okay, I think we're good. The Battle on Benko. Mara, my fears are becoming reality. Members of the Sekisugumi are deserting one after another. Finding out that I am Ugetsu's sister and you, Musasai's pupil, has shattered their faith in our cause. With so many gone, we have the strength to face the insurgents. And we have to convince them to return somehow. There's only no two ways about my connection with Ugetsu. If we can dispel the stigma around Master Musasai at least, we might have a change of heart. Will you help me round up the disillusion? I will look around the barracks on the north side of town. You should focus on searching the south. Ah, she's also a samurai. Here you go. As you say, they say you bested the lieutenant, but I'll be damned if you didn't use dirty tricks you learned from the craven Musasai. The captain calls. What's the insurgent sister wants now? Might as well see the sort of lame excuse she has got in store. Oh, jeez, it is guilty by association. Oh, that totally sucks. What do you want, Ijin? I have not to say but Alex of you. The captain desires a chance to explain. Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to hear her out. Baby faced. Looks like. Look, it's not like I mistrust you and the captain. It's just I can't work up the will to fight anymore. She wants to talk, does she? Well, I doubt she says anything will change my mind, but I'll go. Well, I'll go along with it for now. Thanks for your help, Moro. Let us begin before they changed their minds. Hear me, comrades. In our nation, Musashi is a name that evokes loathing. All know that his hands that created a monster Ugetsu, and know that he evaded responsibility for his death. But that could be further from the truth, for Musashi ever taught that a samurai's calling is to preserve order. However, Ugetsu seeks to destroy the very opposite in bringing down the Bakufu. He means to usher in such chaos to trigger another age of blood. Ugetsu may have trained under Musashi, but he was no true pupil of his. Nay, his true pupil stands before you now, like his master did. Wields the katana to protect the peace. Well, protect the peace like you say, but what did Musashi ever did to protect the peace? Tell us. I would ask the same question, that he challenged warriors over the realm over and never once defeated. An impressive feat to be sure, but neither. It takes strength to protect the peace as we strive to hone our skills through rigorous training. Musashi honed his through his duels. He brought evildoers to account as Kogarashi. Wait a second, the Kogarashi, the mystery samurai who roamed the land smiting wicked when I was little? The man who protected the weak and punished the common crook and great lords alike before vanishing like the wind? It was Musashi all along. I became a great samurai. I became a samurai because of him. Me too, Kogarashi was my hero. I wanted to change the world like him. Looking back, when the first I heard tell of Kogarashi that the desire to take up the katana took root in my heart. I had no master Musashi journey with the land with my brother, but to think that he did so as Kogarashi, could the experience have pushed Ugetsu to his extreme beliefs? Very well, Captain. We were wrong about Musashi. But what have we to say for yourself? That's right, we haven't forgotten about that. Your brother's bastard that's trying to tear down our nation. How can we trust you? Enough, I've been biting my tongue. I can't stand it anymore. Hello there, Moro. Fancy seeing me here. The idea occurred to me to visit Musasai's homeland. And you know how spontaneous I can be. What did I find upon arriving at this painful display of narrow-mindedness? The old man would be turning in his grave. Who the hell are you? Who I am doesn't matter. What matters is what I did. And it was a journey with Moro and Musasai on a quest to right wrongs. We've established that you respect and admire Musasai, who happens to be your childhood hero, Kagurashi. Well, you should know what he used to always say about his own countrymen. That you are so focused on a person's birth that you blind yourself to his true worth. It's so bleeding obvious I can't make it, I have to say this, but having a villain for her brother doesn't make a Makoto a villain. Despite their relationship, she opposes him for God's sake. Now look at yourselves, none of you were born into samurai families. Through hard work you made it this far, become who you wanted to be. When what Makoto has done is no different. Like you, she's broken free of the shackles of her birth and lived a life of her own choosing. About Akami, why could I not see this? After all we've been through together as comrades. Darn it, you're right. How many times I had to put up with scorn because I came from a poor village. But there I was dealing with that same scorn to the captain. Shut me down for a fool. I've always despised this aspect of our culture. Yet all the same I remain its unwitting prisoner. Alright, come my friends, let's bring those of us who are still at large. We have a battle to win, a peace to protect. Pledge? Yeah, that's right, man. You're a gentleman from for the inn in Olda. I owe you a great debt of gratitude. Don't mention it. I'm a showmaster by trade, and words are my domain. Swords, not so much. So I'll bow out of here, and think I'll go take a dip at those hot springs I heard so much about. The rest of leaving your capable hands tomorrow. Put a stop to Ugetsu, and give the old man the peace he deserves. Fudge, yeah, that's right. The appointed hour is nigh. Let's field for battle for the Eye of the Beko. Okay. Tamamisu. Alright, bad guys, I'm prepared to give you my seed. Who are you? Alright, let us fight. Alright, mister. Alright, Mr. Ugetsu, I am coming for you. And justice will be done upon your head. All wayward members are returned. And with their resolve restored, let us go face Ugetsu. Will this false peace continue, or will the fires of true change sweep across the land? Today we will decide Hingashi's history. Today we decide whose path is right, Musasai's or mine. I want that sword. There's but one among you worthy of being my opponent. He who trained under my own master. Come on, show me the strength of your conviction. I have to admit that armor looks sick, but I love that sword. I'm taking it. Okay, that was close. Come on. Uh-oh, out of there. Out of there. Get out of there. Uh-oh. Oh, I get out of there. Okay, come on. Okay, out of there. Get out of there. Out of there. Jeez, he's getting ticked. Yep, he is ticked. Jeez, is he mad? Out of there. Out of there. Oh, jeez. Okay, stand in there. Okay. Out of there. Shnikes. Okay, out of there. Oh, sweet Jesus, he tanked. Jeez, okay. Yeah! What who gets it? Defeated! Impossible! Yeah, baby, and that sword is mine! Yeah, you're under arrest, you motherfudger! Is she going to... Why you stake your blade? It's over. The heavens have chosen. Now strike me down. She's shaking. A samurai must be decisive. Finish me or I shall finish you. Yeah! Good, you've grown strong, little sister. And now they both have found peace. Come, my friends. Let's return to the barracks. Alright, back to Kagane. Okay, let's see. Sekisugumi Barracks. We succeeded in quelling a major threat to the nation. And it was in no smart due to you, Mora. You have my eternal gratitude. While not all insurgents are accounted for, without a leader to unite them, they would eventually scatter to the winds. As for me, my appointment as captain of Sekisugumi has since been made official. 'Tis a heavy burden, but I swear to bear it with honor and live up to Captain Kongo's faith in me. Meanwhile, the revelation of Koregashi's true identity has been doing its rounds of our order. 'Twould seem nigh all our younger members idolized him, and joined out of desire to make a difference. In embarking upon this quest, I believe that Master Musasai in part wished to sow the seeds of a new generation. Ugetsu sought to quick sought the quick path to change. He cared not how it was fraught with strife and suffering. He saw Hingashi as a dilapidated house fit only to be torn down. Master Musasai sought to restore this house, board by board, nail by nail, one injustice at a time. Even should it take several lifetimes to ensure that his legacy lives on, I will embark upon my own quest for change here in Kagane. I pray that you will do the same to me where the road takes you. And I will definitely take that. Thank you. By facing your brother's people in Mortal Kombat, you have drawn forth a new technique, Hitsu Giden. This concludes the samurai quest for Stormblood in order to do the first requirements. Yeah, okay, so it's in Shadowbringers. You must have completed the main scenario quest in Shadowbringers. You must have completed the role quest, Courage Born of Fear. Once you have done so, the next samurai quest will be available from Makoto. Nice! Alright, let's go ahead and grab that. Okay, let's see. There it is. Alright, let's go ahead and put that sucker on. Okay, it's gonna minus out a few stats. Not by much. Okay, legs. And feet. And a new sword. And then all I have to do is to get me new jewelry and it should be able to balance itself out. Yeah. Slow RP walk. Yeah, RP walk. Man, I got a nice katana. Alright, now let's head back here. So, we gotta head to... Okay, Nami. Okay. Oh man, do I look sweet in that hat? Okay, up this way. Hey there, tigers. Better not F with me, tiger. Yanjian tiger. Alright, heading to the Azim Steppe. Athar coastline. Man, my purse is looking sharp in a samurai outfit. And at first, the caves through which we ordered reach the Azim Steppe. Lisa Kagetsu has already gone ahead. We shall carry on as well. And we shall definitely do so. The people of Asari seem to be doing well. That's a relief. Yep. There's no imperial retaliation here today. Gogetsu. Oh, there you are. This is the cave. After you, Moro. Okay, fine. After me. Alright, the Azim Steppe.
I remember the emptiness, vast and endless. The Azim Steppe, home to countless roaming tribes.
Nomads.
A sacred land, watched over by elder gods. Here, we would find Doma's salvation. With the wind at our backs, we walked on, in search of hope, in search of him.
Hey, what's up, Gosetsu? My guy looks way more smooth than you. I gave you the Azim Steppe, Mora, though I should say this is but a small portion of it. Despite the close proximity, Domans rarely venture this far north. Most find these lands and their people strange and foreign. Fortunately, those who frequent Reunion are more than welcome than most. Come, it is not much further. Welcome to Reunion, my friends. Here is where we'll begin our search for Lord Ian. Don't need any of those, but sure. Gunblade, no. When I last spoke with Lord Ian, he spent much of his time in these markets. I had hoped he might find them here today. Hey, Yagi, I've been meaning to ask. There's an awful lot of Zelia here, aren't there? I assume you knew the Azim Steppe has been home to the nomadic tribes of the Zelia since antiquity. More than 50 roam these lands. Though they do not constitute a nation, there's a hierarchy of sorts, determined through ritual combat. Funny, if they're too busy fighting each other, you'd think the Empire would be able to march in and take the step with ease. I wonder why they haven't. Why indeed, Lise? Why indeed? Perhaps they see little value in it, given the fierce reputation of the Zelia warriors, who would fight tooth and nail to oppose them. These lands were not made for men. The soil is thin, and the weather is unforgiving. The Zelia have found ways to survive, it is true. They're made out of sterner stuff than most imperials, conscript, or citizen. Thanks for taking the time to explain. It sounds like I got a lot to learn. Later, I mean. We're meant to look for Ian. People from many tribes gather in a reunion, trade goods and information. I should be surprised if we cannot learn something of value here. Let's make our inquiry separately. Mara, why don't you speak with some of the merchants here? Okay. Buzz, fresh buzz. Your choice of lamb or dozo. Guaranteed to satisfy. How many will you have, sir? A domin, unlike the dog that keeps running him in her yurt. He is not here. Snart more fool her if she took a domin for a husband. But not enough about domins. Let's think about Buzz instead. You cannot count a scene step in that simple and traditional delicacies. Alright, let's go ahead first. Go to this Aetherite. Okay, roasted pumpkin, fish and pumpkin, exotic foreign delicacy, cut to perfection with a beloved without step. Come. You seek domins? Then you come to the right price, my friend. Delicious foodstuffs are... They find a little favored with those in the south. Now, if they were Goro, they can look you for. On the other hand, I might be able to help you. They flock to my stall. What fortune have you come hither at this time? Freshly slaughtered cuts on request. Organs too, hearts, livers, brains, on the brace of a blood sausage. If you desire only snack. I'm a domin? Poor meat they make. Domins? I jest. I did see a young mole in the company of one a few days ago. Oh, you're not a samurai. Okay. I have brought you a new brush, my beloved. So smooth and silky your name shall be the envy of other men. Say again, you are seeking who? Ah, the Domin. I know who you speak. He comes here with a mole girl. Though I could not describe her, only that she's a mole because I heard them talking as they passed. With the chat modes they say, your keyboard move on the software phrase contain mole, and ask Azalea in a reunion if they ever heard of the mole tribe. Okay, Falcon Porter. Okay. Oh, it's okay. I'm Ora. You know me come here from the mountains. Come down from the mountains in the north if there's nothing else. Okay, let's try it again. You make me for a mole? I am ordinary. Compare me to not one so weak and lowly. You look like someone who could be a mole. Yes, I am mole. My name is Sirna. May I help you? Ah, she's too cute. What the fudge? Oh, I see. You're lucky for Ian. In that case, how urgent this business must be to leave our conversation unfinished. The Kinsai. Will you buy it? There's but one bundle left. If not, then I will. I had not thought to pay so high a price. It's a bargain for which you could be grateful. If you lack the coin, then the fault is your own, and you will leave with nothing. Please, don't let the kids say. The gods themselves requested it. We are bound to their will. Pay me the difference in whisper root, and I'll sell it. And I will sell it to the next apothecary to pass the reunion. And we each will feel fairly treated. But do not tarry. Should another come before you, coin in hand, I will not refuse it. I understand. Thank you for your kindness. I'm sorry, but we must speak of Heian later. I cannot really reunion without that Kinsai. And I will take that. And no, we don't need any of those. Will you help me, that is? I do not know what to say. Thank you, Mara. Thank you. The lumbering ones must be fell around in the flames of the reunion. If we each harvest 2, then we should have enough whisper root. Return here when you have finished. Good luck. Whoa. That's a big boy. Okay, those supposed to be the tree guys, yep. Okay, out of there. You want a whisper root? Okay, let's see. Man, my DPS is unfreaking believable, man. Alright, we got him. Welcome back, Marla. Have you brought the whisper root? Yes. Blessed is he to show you kindness to strangers, for which misfortune did he ever ride? Will this quantity suffice? It shall. The kinsight is yours. The gods favor you more than you know, child. Utgan rarely have need of such herbs, and so my stock is limited. Had you come a day earlier or later, I would have none for you. Perhaps the gods guided me here, as they guided my grandmother, as they have guided this man from the west. Yet the gods favor me too.
Hey. How goes the search? Any luck?
What fortune to meet a friend of the young master!
Well met, Cyrena. If you have an inkling as to the current whereabouts of Lord Hien, we should be most grateful for your assistance.
Oh, please! It is I who should be grateful.
Hold! What is this? I came first, you second! Know you to whom you speak? All people of the steppe should. Or have you fought so much that you have forgotten the face of your superiors?
Tribalism at its best.
I spit on your superiority, little prince! Twisted and mad as sand devils your kind are!
Those two don't seem to like each other very much.
Those boys are of the Oranir and Dothal, the two strongest tribes. The children of Azim are destined to rule, so they declare to all who will listen. Their word is law. For now, grand, flamboyant fighters, but deadly, very deadly. He prances as a horse, as do his brothers after their many recent victories. The Undyne ones too are strong, fearless, and vicious. They often reigned in the past. Now they are sorely tested. Ah, the master of the markets. He is Castir. To fight in reunion is forbidden, and to break the peace is to be banished forever. This he says without words, for words are lies to the Castir. They do not speak.
That's interesting. And all these different tribes share the same lands, do they? No wonder it's tense.
I shall look for you on the field at the Nardum. Mark my words! As shall I. Mayhap I shall take 11 more Dothar heads to make a dozen with yours. I look forward to the day.
Yeah, just take your fight outside.
The dispute will be settled at the Nardum?
Trial by combat.
Great battle held on the final day of the Sahan San. During this time, all bonds of hierarchy are broken. All Zayla are equal and free to prepare for the fight. The tribe which triumphs in the Nardum rules until the next Sahan San, which in these lands is now.
Ah, so that is what they call the custom. I presume your tribe will also be taking part?
Not all seek the Dawn Throne. Some are satisfied with their lot. Others, like the Kestir, have reason to remain neutral. Them all are lambs among wolves. Long were we content to remain apart and live quietly, Never mind that. You see Kien, yes? I know where he may be.
Yeah, our person's giving her the death glare. Long ago, my grandmother, receiving a vision from the gods, bade me to go forth to the southern mountains. That's where I found Hien near the death of many wounds. I brought him to our village, we nursed him back to health. Afterwards, he chose to remain that he might repay us for our kindness. Domin set much store by honor and shame, so at first I did not question it. Excuse me if I could see your map for a moment. Here, he has grown fond of this place. It affords a review of the markets each step. I would accompany you, but I must return to the village and prepare my grandmother's meal. Thank you again for your assistance. Long-awaited reunion is at hand. Come, my friends, let us go and greet our Lord and Master. I think it's this way. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. It's this way. Ian, what's up, buddy?
The Kami are merciful. My lord Hien, I see you are alive and well.
Fudge, yeah?
Ah, you are come sooner than expected. So, my blade or my head? Which would you have of me?
The people of Yansha remain loyal to Doma. I have seen the fire in their eyes. They are ready to rise up and fight. The time is ripe, my lord. Return with us, blade in hand, and lead Doma to freedom.
Naught less than liberty will suffice, then. A pity. It would prove far more difficult to deliver than my head. But if my people wish to pursue an impossible dream, then who am I to deny them? You giddy, go Setsu, and
The scions of the Seventh Dawn, my lord. Good and true friends who opened their hearts and homes to us when we fled to Eorzea.
Head past Vigigiri.
Far across the sea they have journeyed to stand with us in the fight for Doman liberation. To oppose the Empire, as they have in the West, where they are lauded as heroes for their many deeds.
Say no more, Yugiri. Say no more. I observed how you helped Cyrena, to whom I am deeply indebted. For that and for the aid you provided my people, you have my deepest gratitude.
Yeah.
There is no doubting your strength nor your character. It would be my honor to fight by your side.
Fudge, yeah.
So, what of Doma? Arise, my friends, and tell me of our home. I have made my decision. Yugiri, I bid you return to Yanxia and take charge of our forces in preparation for my homecoming. As for our esteemed guests, I would ask that you remain here with me. I sense you will be a great help in the coming days.
Your will is my command, my lord, but how much longer do you intend to stay?
Oh, only until I have won the contest? I mean to return at the head of the Zayla army.
You mean to participate in the Narden?
Yep.
Have you a better idea? Consider how soundly we were defeated before. The Imperials may have since grown weaker, but we are weaker still. 'Twould be folly to challenge them without first supplementing our forces, so yes, I intend to win the Narden and enlist the aid of every able-bodied Zayla I can. Furthermore, by championing the mole in the contest, I can at last repay their kindness. Lest you forget they saved me from certain death, and a man who suffers such debts to go unpaid is without honor and unfit to lead.
Oh, Fudge, yeah.
Just so. Our lord has spoken, Yugiri. But take heart. I shall keep him safe. And should it come to it, bring him back by force.
This is no laughing matter, Gosetsu. But if these are my orders, very well. Once more I place my faith in you. Pray look after them both.
Looks like it's up to us then. Though it does seem a bit risky. Isn't Hien meant to be the next king of Doma or something?
Yep.
So they say, though in truth I am but a pale reflection of my late father. All the more reason to entreat your assistance. For ours is an impossible dream. To set in motion a revolution that will rattle the very firmament and shake off the yoke of the most powerful empire in the world.
Yep. We're at YT, was it? Once again, allow me to thank you for your many deeds of service to Doma. For 25 years did my father rule in name only. My rule, if one can only deign to call it that, has been not in comparison. That changes now. We have a purpose, a plan, and we are gonna take it to the battlefield together. We will have victory this day as well. But you are a practical man. I can tell disinclined to trust in words when actions speak truer I can relate. And I will take that. Okay. Give me a sec, I needed to check something out. Alright then everybody, it looks like this is going to be it for today's live stream.